Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And Chase.
and you're watching Posers Must Die, our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Chase, here we are talking about heavy metal again. Uh, what? Hey, we got a couple albums to review. Let's talk about them. What's our new review? What's the new album for this week, or this episode?
Okay, first we got Redivider, Sounds of Malice. Releases January 9th on Third House Communications.
Oh,
These
that's
guys are
right.
from Louisville, so they're from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And I would say Souls of Malice feels like well, I mean, it's
Sounds of
death metal.
Malice, not Souls of Malice. Sounds of
Did I say
Malice.
Souls?
You
I did
did.
say Souls of Malice.
It's okay.
Sounds of Malice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, feels like a Gore Guts, Cannibal Corpse kind of mashup to me, but a little slower in some spots. A lot less
Interesting.
mechanical, more passionate.
Okay, interesting. I was thinking it sounds kind of like if George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse sang for Morbid Angel, or more accurately, like for Immolation, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
like
in fact the album cover even looks like an Immolation album.
it does, yeah.
Yeah. But hey, that's cool. I saw Immolation a couple times in the early 2000s, once with Vader and once with Grave. So
Damn. Oh, that sounds
yeah,
fun.
yeah, that rules. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, and Failures for Gods, that was kind of an album that I had and liked a fair amount. So yeah, but Redivider, yeah, definitely giving the old school death metal vibes. Um, I a lot of that album feels like the Morbid Angel song "Hate Work" from Domination, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
totally.
but yeah, like it's not like super fast much of the time. A lot of it's just these grinding sick riffs and like but not in a grindcore sense. You know what I mean?
No, no.
Yeah. But yeah, really nice like lead work too. Like the guitar work, it's like we got some nice like heavy metally leads, kind of like the classic Deicide albums, okay?
Ah,
Yeah, and like the classic Deicide albums, it's only half an hour too. So it's kind of like, oh, get in, kick some ass, leave us hungry for more. This is their first album. But I think this is really good stuff. Um, uh, Fans of old school death metal and like, if you like bands like Monstrosity and Nile and like I said, Immolation, Morbid Angel, maybe Gorguts like you mentioned, yeah, this is gonna be right in your wheelhouse. Um, you got some thoughts, maybe more additionally?
yeah. Actually, I love this album. Lyrically, it's pretty awesome too, because except for let's see, all almost the majority of the songs on this album are like D&D based. And
Interesting.
yeah, like two or three of them are based on like an original character that they modeled the story behind, but it takes place in the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh wow, I didn't
One
pick up on
song,
that at all.
yeah, one song, "Shackled to Existence," is probably the most like serious out of all of them. It doesn't really seem to have any
Yeah.
theme behind it that's fictional. It's more about like this fleeting existence and how life is precious, and it ends
Oh,
like that.
that's kind
But
of
my favorite,
that's a unique
good,
spin on death metal.
yeah.
Thematically, because usually it's just kind of like, yeah, dying, dead people, but that's an
Uh,
interesting, kind of introspective kind of thing. It's not really something you expect a lot from this genre. That's cool. Go ahead.
And there's a song on here called "Bask in the Rot." That's about if Xanthar, the gelatinous cube, not really Xanthar, but a gelatinous cube, were a mass of shit and sewage instead of just this weird digestive block that goes around cleaning up dungeons. It's
Oh, okay.
a pretty horrific song, honestly. But my favorite is a song called "Fratricide" because it's about the founding myth or the foundational myth of Tamriel, which is the world of Elder Scrolls,
Oh my
and which
God.
is one of my favorite game series. So yeah, no, right up my alley. Super cool.
Okay, wow.
But
So I read
yeah,
none of the lyrics and I had no idea. I was just thinking there's this fairly standard death metal fare. But wow, okay, there's like all this there. That's neat. Okay, great. Uh, cool.
It's a stealth nerd death metal, I guess, because yeah, just it came off as just hardcore, like beat the fuck out of everything death metal, but it's
Hmm.
a couple of D&D nerds threw it all together and made it sound pretty fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is a good record. Sounds the sound is really good, and sorry, I don't have a whole lot on this. I'm just like I liked it fine, but sounds like heavy endorsement from Chase, a not tacit, but a yes, good from me. So um, so right on. There's Redivider,
That's
Sounds
good.
of Malice. Uh, I know we haven't been covering lots of like boatloads of death metal of late, but we do have a fair amount of it on the sketch in the next few months. So death metal hounds will get their fix for sure. But okay, um, all right. Well, why don't we talk about we go move on to our next segment? What do we call that again, Chase? What's that called?
Up next on Chase's classic album, we have Anthrax, Full of Metal, released January 28th, 1984 on Megaforce Records. Hey, a month before I was born.
Yeah, dig this. And
Exactly.
I didn't even plan this. Yes, Fistful of Metal. And so we are recording on January 8th, 2026. This was released January 6th, 1984. So this is the 42nd anniversary of this album. I did not plan that. I just put it on the schedule and here it was. Uh but yeah, I love this record. There I mean uh there's only one song on here that I'm like, and the rest is pretty wonderful. Um, yeah,
When was that?
we're gonna get into that because
Okay.
we're gonna go track by track, aren't we? I mean, it is Anthrax. I mean, come on. Uh,
Yeah, I suppose we like two.
yeah. But yeah, okay. So this is the one and only Anthrax record with Neil Turbin on vocals. Um, they're like after this record, they were kind of. So I recently listened to Scott Ian's book, I'm the Man, and he was telling like the stories of the early days of Anthrax. And what was the eye roll? What was that?
I'm the man. I like that song, but everybody gives it shit really hard, so I was just waiting for it.
You know, there are things about Anthrax that are that are divisive to people. What can I say? Um,
Yeah.
uh, it is that is whatever. But that's not on this album, so whatever. But so Neil Turbin apparently was a real asshole, and like they really didn't want to. They wanted to get rid of him even before they made the record, but they were kind of like, oh shit, we're stuck with. It's hard to find a good singer, and okay, fine, we're stuck with Neil because it's time to do the album. We're okay, uh, and yeah, and they couldn't get rid of him fast enough because he had just like this real rock star attitude, and also according to Scott,
Jeez.
he would like blow he would like just throw his weight around, try to be like, well, I'm the singer, so it's my way or the highway, kind of thing. So there was a real power struggle between him and Scott, um, and the other guys in the band hated him too. So, um, but
It's easy then, yeah.
yeah,
Jeez.
uh, but it's like they couldn't get rid of him fast enough, like after, and apparently sometimes he would even like blow out his voice after like a song or two live. So that's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
that. Uh, so that's not really good. Um, but yeah, okay. So this album, I love this. It's interesting that
Actually, before we get into it, I'd like to say two fun facts real quick. I'm very sorry. One, the reason I knew you were someone I could talk to when we met at Carlton Sachain all those years ago is because you were wearing a Fistful of Metal shirt.
I never had the Fistful of Metal shirt. I had the Among the Living shirt.
He did! We've had this conversation. We've had this conversation. It was the one where the dude's. It's the cover. That's how I knew you. So that's how I knew you.
I've
Talk
never.
to.
Here's the thing. I have owned one Anthrax shirt in my life, and it is the one I bought when I saw Anthrax the first time, and it's the Among the Living album cover. I swear, dude. You dreamed it. Sorry, faulty memory, and that happens to me too. But dude, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't have this.
Okay.
I
Well,
didn't have this.
part two of that then. Okay. Well, I guess the point is that within the first couple days of meeting you, you were wearing an Anthrax shirt. I forgot which one. That made me know that you were someone I could stand next to and talk to.
Yay!
And
So
hey,
you already knew Anthrax when we met. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's cool. Um, but
but okay, so sorry, just the last part here. I have before we did this review, I actually had more experience with Stomp 442 than I did with Fistful of Metal.
Interesting. Well, interesting that I will say, I got into Anthrax, long before the streaming era, and when you were, looking for albums, you just had to like find whatever you could find in the wild, and for the most part, unless you went to the record store and asked them to special order things for you, which I did a few times, um, but that was a rare occurrence. Um, so like, yeah, Stomp 442, I did spend for the longest time, and I think in my teens I never had Fistful of Metal. It was of all their 80s stuff, it was always the one that was hardest to find. Um,
Hmm.
so I got
Makes sense. Yeah.
I had all basically all their stuff up through Stomp, uh, except for this one for I don't know how long, uh, but anyway, this one, it's interesting that the first Anthrax album, they're one of the touted as one of the big four of thrash metal, but this isn't a thrash metal record; it's a speed metal album.
There we are.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and boy is it great. It is a bunch of really fun speed metal songs, and one that is not, and I'm going to talk about that too. But we're going to go song by song. So it opens with Death Rider, this great little sound effect that starts the album. It's like, whoa, that sucks you right in. I can't even describe it. It's just rad. And then, yeah, Death Rider is a great song. Um, totally rad. Uh,
Great opener. Yeah, totally. It fits the. I mean, Death Rider. I mean, there had to have been because that was the opening track. I mean, you'd expect like the skull guy and a motorcycle jumping over something on the. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. God,
No.
I never get tired of those album covers. There's so many like Skull Guy on a motorcycle album covers. But yeah,
Oh
um,
yeah.
uh, yeah, that's just funny. Um, but yeah, and then of course we get Metal Thrashin' Mad, the
God,
anthem,
yes.
so good. And there's several like near anthems on this record, and we'll talk about that too. But like Metal Thrashin' Mad is like it's like you're gonna hear this one if you see Anthrax live. You might get Death
Yep.
Rider. Those I think are like the only ones really they'll play from this record, which is unfortunate. There's a lot of great material on this album. Um, yeah, Muddle Thrash and Mad, oh, love it. It's a live staple for Anthrax. It's wonderful, and what a fun title too, a Metal Thrash and
Yeah.
Mad, just like crazy for metal, which is like I love that. I love everything about that. um, that's just awesome. What I want to talk about also, go back to look at this, how bad this album cover is.
Yeah.
But there's
God.
something so charming about how awful it is too, And there's all
Like it's not the worst looking album cover or like the most poorly drawn album cover you've ever seen, but there's something about the it's not uncanny. Like what do you call it? Like the quality of the art makes it endearing in a little bit.
yeah, it's crap, and it's like the perspective and stuff is all weird, and you're like, what is the anatomy? What is the position of these hands and stuff? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But um, but you look at like so many like metal albums like of the 80s, especially the first half of the 80s, and there's lots of really like charmingly bad covers like this, and I'm all about that. Like, give me like oh, that looks like garbage. I'm gonna take it home and love it, you know. Um, you know.
Yes. Yes.
um, yeah, so that's just fun. But anyway, okay, moving on. We go from Metal Thrash and Mad into I'm 18, an Alice Cooper cover. And it is so jarringly out of place with the rest of this record, tonally, pace wise, and it is such a bad move that they did this. I mean, I've never heard a good Alice Cooper cover. I love Alice, but no one should
To be fair,
ever
yeah.
approach his material. Just don't do it. There are worse ones than this. I mean, like I think like Crocus's cover of School's Out is pretty embarrassing. Um, oh my God, that's
Crocus.
so bad. I mean, Crocus is okay, but man, that's yeah. But okay, um,
Really
this
liked it. I like the cover. I'm not like a huge Alice Cooper fan like you are. I'm becoming one because of your recommendations and what have you.
oh, thank you.
But all I can say because I also see online that people don't appreciate the cover, but all I can say is that I like it. I love it. I like it. I love it.
Okay, and that's fine. And here's the thing, it's performed well. It's just like, dude, this just really doesn't fit with the rest of the record. And it's included. I'll tell you why it's even on here. Okay, um, they're recording it in '83. Okay, it comes out. This comes out January 6th of '84. Okay, 1983, Quiet Riot went to number one, the first metal album to go to number one, uh,
Oh, I see.
with their
Okay.
cover of
Yeah.
"Come On Feel the Noise"
Hmm.
by Slade. And so Johnny Z, the manager, and Neil Turbin were like, we should do a cover. That'll really help us like break out. Didn't happen. And
Yeah.
Scott was so against having it, against doing it, whatever. He doesn't play guitar on this song even. Uh,
Really?
Dan Spitz does lead and rhythm track. Scott absolutely refused, and he was just like, he was so pissed that it's on the album. And it's funny because now you think like it never would have happened, because you think of him as the leader, the band leader of Anthrax. But again, there was that power struggle with him and Neil early on. Um,
Yeah.
and then never again, obviously, because it's Scott's band, like most people kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, um, but um, but yeah, um, so whatever this song. Moving on to, uh, wow, one of the raddest songs on the album, Panic. This song is so kick ass. There's so many amazing like guitar things on it. It's like it's almost like this is the first Anthrax song somebody should hear.
Yeah.
You can't not
Yeah,
like think
definitely.
like this is so rad. This is such a fun song. And also, especially on this song, but like throughout the album, I love uh Charlie's drum sound. Just relentless, just like through the whole record, just so good. Um Also of note, I should mention Carl Kennedy from the Rods, Let Them Eat Metal, produced this
Yeah.
album.
Yes, he did.
So that's pretty cool too. Um, um, but yeah, really like Panic a lot. It just starts with that.
Easily, easily my favorite song on the album. It just like beginning to end, it just fucking it rocks you. It's like it's probably the closest to a like pure thrash because it's not pure thrash. It is mostly speed, but it's got some thrash elements in there that like oh this is future Anthrax right here. I mean it's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
future Anthrax. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah. I think I get what you're saying. But yeah, dude, Panic is such a great song that it really makes the following track, Subjugator, seem kind of like average, and like
Yeah.
and it is and Subjugator is a good song. I mean, like it's probably a song that Anthrax have not played live probably since like '85. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it was
I can see that.
a lot of
Yeah.
this material I think was abandoned fairly early from set lists, which is a shame because there's a lot of really good stuff on there. But like so Subjugator is a cool song that I think probably gets overlooked by a lot of people, especially because then the next song is uh
Oh.
oh
Is
Soldiers of Metal, dude. Soldiers of Metal, a near anthem. Um
Yep.
and I really like it. I've always liked Soldiers of Metal. It's great. Hey, heavy metal songs about heavy metal. I'm here for it every time. Because especially like when I was a kid, I wished I'd had this album when I was a teenager because like I would have probably just worshipped it. Like, I had a lot of fun listening to this past few days, going back to this, um, but yeah, Soldiers of Metal is a great song, and followed kind of like a one-two punch with Death from Above,
Yeah.
which is a little weird because is it this one that also says something about a Death Rider
I think it does.
prominently in
Yeah.
this? And it's like, why is that show up like in two different songs prominently? That's a little weird. But yeah, Death from Above is a really cool one as well. I like that
Was he
one.
supposed to be a reoccurring character? Like the Death Rider?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good
Maybe.
question.
Yeah.
Don't have an answer for that. And then we,
Also, you're a bigger Kiss fan than I am, but listen to Death from Above and think of Kiss as like a speed metal band. This that
yeah,
feels like a yeah.
yeah. Well, because here's the
Okay, cool.
thing, like the Gay Anthrax guys are all massive Kiss fans.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Look, and that was like the gateway for so many people to get into hard rock and then heavy metal. Um, you know, uh, uh, Kiss is super important in the heavy metal story, even though a lot of hardcore heavy metal fans are Kiss haters, you know,
Yeah.
and whatever, Kiss is fun. So um, remember fun, uh, but yeah.
No.
So we go from Death from Above into the song Anthrax, which it's kind of wild because obviously they were like, oh, we should have a song that's like the band name, like Motorhead, Iron Maiden, Manowar, all had a self-titled song, and those are all like live staples, and they're like the anthem that like defines the band. And like this song is like, oh, Anthrax wrote a song called Anthrax, huh? That's interesting. Okay, and it's just like a dusty little footnote, you know, under the mattress,
Forgot.
like we don't talk
I
about this song.
completely forgot about this one. It's a forgettable song.
And
I'm right there with you.
that's really sad. And also kind of like,
Yeah.
the next song, not bad, but like, come on, phone, where you Across the River, you know,
Yes.
good speed metal song, but not terribly memorable, you know?
I'm right there with
Um,
you. Yeah.
yeah, but then album closes with a very memorable, really good song, Howling Furies, which I love Howling
Yes.
Furies. So, uh, so
The
very, very,
the lyrics that the lyrics to Howling Furies makes me think. I mean, this was I think this came out like 8 years before the movie, or 7 years before the movie Ghost. But they remind me of the little black spirit things that come and drag you to hell.
interesting. Yeah, Ghost
Yeah.
was, what was that, 89 or 90, right?
Oh, I thought it was 1991. I would say, but I
Okay,
don't know. I don't remember.
somewhere in that vicinity of
Yeah.
time. But okay, yeah. Um, yes. Okay. Um, the mean subway ghost was the guy, the organ grinder who had the machine gun in his thing in Batman Returns. Um,
Yes.
he also was the married. I can't remember that guy's name. Vincent something. He was married to
Yeah.
the gal who played Agnes DePesto on Moonlighting, the secretary.
Yes. Oh wow, moonlighting. Wow, that's been
Yeah,
a while.
I know, right? What a reference.
Yeah.
But man, that was such a hit show. Man, huge. That
My
was that
mom
was a
loved that show. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people's moms love that show. That was a huge show. Um, but it's like it's weird when Bruce Willis became a movie star. Like people are like, oh yeah, he was on this. He had this TV series that was a hit. Like it's weird how like forgotten that show is now, considering how big it was at the time. Um,
And yeah, both the leads were both really good actors. One went off to be a movie star, and the other one kind of stayed in the
yeah.
sitcom land for a while. But
Well,
Shepard's great, man.
Sybil Shepherd started as a movie star and then kind of her career
Oh
kind of
yeah, yeah.
went the other direction, TV. Um, but whatever. I can't believe what are we talking about? Sybil Shepherd. Hey, Anthrax. So, um,
Um,
but overall, I really like this album. I don't tend to rate albums, numerically, but I give it 9 out of 10. I just like, what, that Alice Cooper cover stinks, but the rest of the album is just a tour de force of speed metal fun. Uh, and I don't
yeah.
necessarily wish there was more than one album with Neil Turbin. Like would a second Exodus album with Paul Bailoff been? Would we love it like we love Bonded by Blood? I don't know.
Probably. I don't see why not.
Sure. Okay.
But I get what you mean though.
Yeah. Okay. But hey, so yeah, that was Anthrax Fistful of Metal. We love it. And we love Anthrax. They're so much fun. And Anthrax allegedly have a new album coming out this year, and who knows? Maybe we'll get to see them. Maybe Chase will finally get to see Anthrax.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And stay tuned to find out if that occurs in the future. Okay, so those are our reviews. Let's get into the concert calendar. I definitely added some stuff since last week, so let's talk about that. Let's see. We've got, so first in Eugene on Friday, January 16th. Yes, go down to Eugene at the Dark Pine Coffee Shop. It's a hardcore show. This is a benefit for it's cold weather supplies. People want blankets and socks and tents, things like that, jackets. Um, Failure to Comply and Culprit, a couple of hardcore bands who I just saw, uh, and along with a couple other bands, PFP and Come Jazz You Are. I don't know what those bands are about, but um, if you're in Eugene, go to this, please. There you go. All right, there it is. Um, let's see. And then on January 17th at the FFMC Clubhouse, I'm sure that's a house show, um, MDC, Millions of Dead Cops, will be playing with support from Sidewalk Slam and Why Won't You Die. I gotta go. I don't want to miss an opportunity to see this band. I love MDC, one of the great punk bands. Um, so that's gonna be awesome. I'm definitely trying to hit that up. Um, let's see. I think it's some day of the week, January 21st. I know that I'm able to go, so yay! I haven't grabbed my ticket yet, but I'm going to see Black Flag, Greg Ginn and the Kids. It's Greg Ginn and an all new lineup of Black Flag. But hey, gonna go hear Flag songs live. That's gonna be fun. Um, let's see. And then on January 23rd and 24th at the Fraternal Order of Eagles here in Portland, it's Winterfest 2026. It's 2 days of metal. You're going to have bands like Within the Pyre and, excuse me,
Oh.
Damage Overdose, and a bunch of other bands. So go to that if you're so inclined. There you go. Uh, then on January 31st at the Blackwater, Stainless and Leather Bitch are playing, along with support from Crag Dweller. That is going to be a night of great heavy metal. That's going to be fun. I'm going to be there to support my friends in Leather Bitch. That's going to be cool.
Is there more than one leather bitch? Why did that spell their name with a U?
I don't know. Maybe they just wanted.
Okay.
Maybe they just wanted to.
Okay. I guess I could ask them.
Maybe the U with an umlaut is a reference to Motley Crue.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, they play sort of a glammy speed metal, so that's that kind of tracks. Like I said, they sound like Savage Grace, so.
Okay.
Which is not a bad band to sound like. And then if you're down in Bend on February 6th, why not go and see Damage Overdose, Gathering, Weapon World, Nerve Damage, and Spina? This is an eclectic bill. I don't know about Weapon World and Spina, but Damage Overdose is death metal, Gathering or black metal, and Nerve Damage are kind of a hardcore punk crossover outfit. So that's mixed bill for sure. All ages, $15. Hey, if you're down in Bend, go to that, man. Let's see. And then, of course, February 8th at the Star Theater, Savage Master return with High Spirits and Oxygen Destroyer, the kaiju-themed death metal band opening for these traditional metal acts. That's interesting. But that should be a fun time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm undecided about going to this show. We'll see. There's a good chance I'll make it. We'll find out in the future. But let's see. And then February 11th, gotta go to this. X-Hoarder with support from Louis Seidel, Phobia, Slowhole, and Ringworm will be playing at Dante's. Classic thrash metal band X-Hoarder. Gotta see them. So that's gonna be cool. And Louis Seidel, former members of Suicidal Tendencies. Into that for sure. And Phobia, the grindcore, classic grindcore band, didn't even know they were still a band. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't heard anything about them in a long time. So, and then the very next evening, you and I will be seeing Coroner and Heathen at the Hawthorne Theater. That's February 12th, and man, that's gonna be awesome. Two mega classic 80s thrash metal bands. That's just gonna be so much fun. Looking forward to it for sure. And then let's see. Silver Talon and Starcourt will be playing the High Watermark on Saturday, February 21st. Hit that up. This is Silver Talon kicking off their latest tour. They're hitting like the Southwest of these United States, and that's going to be fun for them. Totally jazzed for them. Great band. Holy crap.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Bummed I can't make that one, but c'est la vie. And then, of course, on Saturday, March 14th, you and I will be in attendance for sure, seeing Testament with support from Overkill and Destruction. Holy crap. This is the tour of the year. This is so excited about this. This is going to be great. So
Fucking Destruction, dude.
Oh my God, finally going to see Destruction. And you're finally going to see Overkill. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Destruction. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, yay, 3 of our favorite bands together. This is so awesome. So very happy about that. It's going to be great. And then April 14th, we will be going to see Gwar at the Roseland Theater with support from Soulfly and King Parrot. That's going to be great. And as great or greater, the very next night at the Roseland, we're going to be seeing Drain. Hardcore crossover Kings Drain. With support from a pretty good hardcore band, Haywire. Yeah. And don't hate that at all. We are going to have a blast seeing Drain. So good. Drain is our friend. We love Drain. And then April 25th, classic 80s thrashers Insecticide hit the Blackwater with support from Pilau, Blade, and Betrayer. That's pretty stacked bill. That's going to be a fun-ass time. Looking forward to that for sure. Yes. And then April 28th, I'll be going up to Seattle to see Halloween on their 40th anniversary tour with special guest Beast in Black. That's just going to be an amazing time. So happy about that for sure. Yeah, I think that was yep. I screwed up and forgot to put this image in the correct spot. But March 28th, up in Longview, Washington, it's Northwest Massacre Volume 2. This is a death metal festival. Almost all of these bands are death metal. Cardiac Arrest, Sadistic Intent, Massacre, Petrification, Oxygen Destroyer, Coffin Rot, Hemorrhoid, Hellslot, so a non-death metal band on the river.
Hey.
Ripping Remains, Back from Death, and Hate Shitter. Sounds wonderful. But Back from Death are great. I am considering going to this because, you know what? I don't want to... Man, Massacre rules, and I will go just to see Massacre. But there's definitely some cool bands on this. Thinking about going. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, so that is... I believe that's the show for this week, or tonight. Chase, why don't you hit us with the sign-off, man?
Okay. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember to stay metal, thrash, and mad.
Yeah! Good night, everybody. Thank you.